into the Badlands Season 2 finale, Wolf's Breath, Dragonfire. Really great finale. It was pretty crazy the way that things ultimately ended up. It was pretty heartbreaking and not at all what I was expecting for this finale. But it was really good. We still don't know exactly what happened with all the characters. Some of the storylines that have kind of continue, or were kind of created in this season are continuing into season 3. Some stuff that was made in the first season has kind of come full circle, like the stuff with MK being with the widow, except in this case there are certain allegiances, and now it's not as simple of a situation. It wasn't simple in the first hand for season 1, but now it's even worse because they're official enemies who truly do hate each other. So we still don't exactly know how things are going to play out in that route. We still don't know really what's going to happen with Tilda and Odessa. They end up dropping off Bajie, so he goes to help Sunny, and they kind of just drive off into the distance. So we really don't know where they're going to end up in season 3 either. So I kind of like the vague openness of where everybody's headed, because there's so many different storylines, and once again with this episode and the last one, so many different allegiances. You have characters who used to be the greatest of partners, and now they're split from each other. So I'm very excited for what we're headed towards for season 3. But this is definitely an insane episode for action. They always do it up with the action, but this was like a hack and slash video game as far as I'm concerned. Like when Sunny went in at first, it was really cool where he's going up against the people shooting the bolts at him, and they're on fire and stuff, and he gets hit in the chest and hit in the knee. But for the most part, he's just swinging his blade, he's blocking stuff, and he's doing flips and spins to dodge. And so Quinn is tired of that. He hits the bomb that he had set off, or that he had set up. Rubble falls on him. Bajie comes in, and that's when it goes like full video game mode. And they're just like they're either decapitating people. Sunny like halved one dude. He just split him top from bottom. He sliced one guy's face down the middle. And other than that, it's just arms and legs flying all over the place. Bajie was being like Bruce Lee with some nunchaku and hitting people in the nuts and stuff. Sunny pulled like a Kill Bill move where he was rolling around slicing guys' legs off and crap. And I was like, this is insane. There's so many body parts just falling and flying. It was a nuts action sequence, so that was really awesome. And then we go through the other action sequences where Bajie ends up fighting one of the dudes. I guess he was the second in command. He was like, I guess second or third. It was like him and the dude with the silver hair. Silver hair guy gets killed early on by Lydia, of all people. She's able to use the shovel to go straight through his head, and of course she gets saved. So we still don't exactly know where she's going to end up, but she's kind of left to kind of do her own thing in the future. But going back towards the end, we have Bajie fighting this guy, and it seems like Bajie gets killed off. And I was like, wow, that's very interesting. And he talks about who's going to save the world now, which was a very interesting line for him to say. And I thought that was supposed to be the cliffhanger moment for that part of the storyline. And so we go through, we have, we finally have our couple together after all this freaking time. We finally have Sunny and Vale together, and they're going to get their son. They're going to stop Quinn. After all the madness he's caused through 2 entire freaking seasons, it's finally getting to the end game where he's dead, and they get to be happy. And we get a super awesome action sequence where they're fighting next to the table, and then they're fighting on top of the table, then they kick the table out of the way, and they're fighting, they jump through the window. This is after, for whatever reason, I don't know what plan he really had for destroying the entire base at that point, but for whatever reason, Quinn decided to set off all the explosive he had, around the train station. So they fall down, and now it's like, there's a little hole where some snow is falling down to make it super cinematic, which is really sweet. And they're fighting it up like crazy. Vale gets down. Sunny is doing great. Like, I don't know what the deal was with Quinn in this final moment. Maybe just rage and tumor allows you to be like a Terminator, because he was getting stabbed like crazy. Like, the 2 times he got stabbed should have killed him. But he gets stabbed. His blade is knocked away. The fight keeps going. He pulls out some size, so he's doing the flips with him and stuff. And that's when he ends up kind of getting one up on Sunny, where he ends up stabbing him. And the part where Vale was about to run out, and he just turned and like threw that thing at her ankle and knocked her down. I was like, holy crap. I'm not sure. I figured he was going to be done. And so at that point, that's when Sunny gets up and he throws it. He throws his blade like a spear, and it impales Quinn. I'm like, okay, now he's dead. He's officially dead there. I thought he was dead when he got impaled the first time when Sunny did like the backwards move, which was really cool. And then it was just crazy. And I may have those reversed. I think he may have been speared first and then impaled second. I really can't even remember at this point. But he got impaled like twice, and it was crazy. So even after all that craziness ends up happening, it's like, all right, things are good. We should be fine. They pause for a second to go get Bajie, and they find out that he's gone. So that's how we find out that he actually is alive, which is good. And then it's like, all right, well, it's time to go. And Sunny is actually holding Henry, and so they're about to go up. And Vale gets grabbed because somehow, once again, Terminator Quinn is alive, and he holds his side up to her neck, and he says, you either choose Henry or you choose Vale. You can have one, but you can't have them both. And Vale makes the sacrifice move where she wants her son to be free with his father. And she kills herself and Quinn, and it was just insanely depressing. I was like, after all this stuff that she's gone through, saving this guy so that she has someone, strong to actually protect her, it all kind of comes full circle where she has to kill him by killing herself. And it was just nuts. And I was like, man, this really effing blows. Like, after all this, they don't get to have that happy ending. And it was crazy. I've been dealing with like a crazy week for finales. Everybody's just been dying like crazy. So this is just another season finale where somebody else got killed off. And it's just been nuts. I'm like, man, everybody is dying this season. I don't know what the deal is. Every season finale is like, all right, let's just kill somebody. And it's like, Jesus, everybody's dying. So she ends up killing herself, which was really depressing. And we have like this super emotional moment where Sunny is holding Henry, and he cries, especially at the end where he's like, I'm so sorry. So he ends up burying Vale, and he basically just takes his son, and they kind of walk off into the distance. And it's hard to say where things are headed next, but I would assume he is at some point going to end up teaming with Tilda. I don't know how that would work with Odessa, just because of how much she hates MK because of what she saw. So it's going to be hard to kind of guess exactly how that relationship is going to play out, but I assume that they're going to end up teaming up and finding each other at some point, and then going to get MK and trying to stop the Widow. So I'm looking forward to that. We don't know what's going to happen with Waldo. Like, he's kind of told like, oh man, you could be the next Baron, and he even says like, oh, you just want someone to kind of be your puppet. And the Widow kind of just like, all right, whatever, like, I need some stuff, you can either do it or don't. And I'm assuming if he doesn't, he'll die. So who knows where his character is headed, but it was a great way to end it. Sunny walking off, and then it cuts to Bajie on the motorcycle, and we see him with the book, with the compass together. And he goes to like this communication tower. He puts in the secret activation code, and it sends off Morse code to Azra, I would have to assume. And I don't think he died there. They kind of made it look like he died for a quick second because he kind of just plopped down because he was tired and wounded. And his eyes were just open, but I'm pretty sure he's fine. So I do believe we'll see him in the next season. And with the code being put out, I guess we'll finally get the truth about what's going on with Azra. And considering what he said about saving the world, maybe we'll get to learn more about what they've done with the world building, where at this point it's all theory. It's like, it's clear that it's post-apocalyptic. I had my guess that they are probably in Europe somewhere. Maybe not exactly in London, but I mentioned before the double-decker bus stuff. So they're in that general area, give or take like probably hundreds of miles, because they travel super far and you can never tell the distance between anything. I'm gonna have to look up some maps online, but I would have to assume we're finally going to start getting some answers in Season 3. So I'm very excited for that. Like I said, it was a very good finale for the most part. We can look forward to where the characters are headed outside of, like I said, unfortunately, Vale being able to be with Sunny and her son, and them having like that family dynamic, which I still think could have worked if she lived, because there's still a bunch of other crazy stuff going on. Like, I have to get MK and stuff like that. So it could have worked either way, but this was just like, let's just make it depressing. So that's what we ended up getting. I really wish she survived, honestly. I would have loved to have seen, a better version of what Sunny envisioned when he was kind of having that nightmare. I would have loved to have seen something like that, where we get to see the three of them together, but he knows, like, I have to save MK, and then maybe, in the next season, he will end up getting a couple of answers from Bajie, like, hey, this is exactly what's happening with Azra stuff. Like, if we don't do this, everybody's toast. Like, maybe it does tie into what happened to the world the first time. So I'm certainly looking forward to Season 3. I would assume it's coming in, coming in the fall, which would be great, so we don't have to wait like another full year like we did between this season and last. But it's an extended season. I believe it's going up to 20 full episodes next time, or like 16. I think it was 16 I mentioned in my last review. So we're getting even more episodes. They already, renewed it for season 3, which is great. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. Of course, we'd love to know what you guys thought about this finale. So please comment below. Let me know your favorite parts, your least favorite parts, even though I can kind of guess what your least favorite part might be. But of course, I want to know your theories for season 3. I also just want to know what you guys want to see. I mean, at this point, I would have to assume, unless, the monks come in, the abbots start to come back, I would have to guess that the Widow is going to be like the main villain because of what she has planned. And I guess some of the stuff that Bajie had said before, he mentioned to MK, where it was like, if she gets this, then the whole world is doomed. I assumed he meant she wants to be super powerful, but I guess maybe he has to get the book back to Azra and get it to the people who can translate its secrets and stuff like that. It's impossible to tell at this point, but I assume she's going to be the main villain. Maybe the abbots will come back, because we still didn't really get too much out of them. There was some training. There's a little stuff with the one dude where they like purged his power, I believe. I can't even remember what they did, honestly. But, we still didn't get too much out of them, and I feel like if it's some world-saving stuff and everything they're doing with Azra, I feel like there's definitely some weight to it, and an easy way to kind of put those two storylines together. But like I said, I'm certainly looking forward to season 3. I really enjoyed the finale. Want to know what you guys thought about this one, and of course your theories, and just what you guys want to see in general for the next season. So please comment below, let me know, and I'll see you guys next season.